The night I lost my job, I stood in the kitchen with determination, letter still tucked inside my jacket pocket. My wife didn't even glance at it. She didn't ask how I was feeling. She didn't ask what had happened. She simply stared at me with pure contempt, her lips curling like she had been anticipating this day for a long time. "Pack your bags," she hissed. "Failures don't belong here." Then she spat on me, on the life we had built, on the vows she once swore, and walked out the door with him, her new lover, without a backward glance. I didn't stop her. I didn't reveal the company I secretly owned under another name. I didn't mention the beach house in my name, the offshore accounts, or the investments that made me far wealthier than she could ever imagine. I stayed silent because in moments like that, silence can cut sharper than any words. Once, I would have died for her. We met young, when money was scarce and ambition was all we had. She pushed me to rise, told me I was destined for more, and I believed her. Every late night at the office, every missed dinner, every sacrifice, I told myself it was all for our future. She used to smile at my efforts, were the gifts I bought with my overtime pay, and kiss me like I was her hero. But over time, her smile changed. Admiration soured into impatience. She stopped asking when I'd be home, stopped waiting up, stopped pretending. I assumed it was stress, bills, maybe even a child we never had. But now I know it was him, the lover, the parasite, the man who had been slowly replacing me in her life. The signs had been there all along. Late-night texts she hid from me. Business trips that didn't match receipts. Perfume I didn't recognize lingering on her clothes. I ignored it, pretending not to see, pretending not to hear, until one night, I followed her. She wasn't going to her sister's. She wasn't running errands. She was going to him. I watched her step into his arms the same way she had once stepped into mine. I saw her laugh, tilt her head, kiss him with the tenderness I hadn't felt in years. That night, something inside me shattered. Pain didn't consume me. It honed me. Humiliation didn't break me. It rebuilt me. I didn't scream. I didn't confront. I didn't beg. I began to plan. First, I contacted my attorney, the one she didn't know existed. We rewrote ownership papers, locked down assets, and shifted property titles. Quietly, legally, perfectly. Second, I installed hidden cameras. In the house, in the car she thought she owned. Every kiss, every whisper, every betrayal was mine to capture, undeniable and stored forever. Third, I baited them. I let her think I was unraveling, that I was jobless, powerless, dependent. She grew bold in her cruelty. She mocked me in whispers she thought I couldn't hear. She stopped hiding her texts, spent nights out with no excuse. I handed her the rope. She tightened the noose herself. Then came the night she tried to humiliate me beyond repair, a dinner party at her lover's house. To the world, he was just a friend. But she invited me, parading me like a cautionary tale. I sat quietly as she laughed too loudly at his jokes, touched his arm too freely. Then I stood, raised my glass, and spoke. "I'd like to thank you all for being here. Tonight is special." Tonight, I stopped being silent. I pulled out a small projector. With one click, the room darkened except for the images on the wall. Her face, his face, their bodies entwined, their words caught on hidden microphones. Gasps pierced the room like knives through false smiles. She froze. He stuttered. I didn't look at her. I looked at him. "Enjoy my house, my wine, my hospitality. Don't get too comfortable. The deeds are my name. You'll be out by morning." Then to her, "And you wanted a man who could provide. Congratulations. You just lost one who already did." The fallout was swift, brutal, and public. Within 24 hours, divorce papers were filed. Adultery captured on record left her with nothing. No house, no car, no alimony. Every asset traced back to me. Her lover's reputation crumbled. His business partners withdrew. His wife served in papers of her own. I watched them all fall, not with rage, but with a calm they'll never understand. Weeks later, she appeared at my beach house, barefoot, desperate. The confident woman who spat on me was gone. What stood before me was hollow, trembling. "Please," she whispered, "I made a mistake. We can fix this. I let her linger in that hope for a moment, then leaned close and said, calm as the tide behind me, "You were right that night. Failures don't belong here." I closed the door. I don't think of her much anymore. The rage burned clean, leaving only clarity. She tried to bury me. Instead, she buried herself. My company thrives. My name grows. The beach house is quiet, save for the ocean and the occasional guest who understands the difference between loyalty and greed. I lost a wife, yes, but I gained something far greater. The satisfaction of knowing the one thing she can never escape, the memory of the man she underestimated. Because the night I lost my job, I lost nothing that mattered. I was already richer than she could ever imagine. And now, she lives every day regretting the night she spat on the man who owned her downfall.